All right, what is going on, guys? We got a market recap today for Tuesday, April 29th. Unfortunately, the past couple days, today and yesterday, I haven't been able to trade. I've just had some personal stuff going on in the mornings, and so I don't think I saw anything yesterday that would have been a good setup. Today, though, I did want to go over the one. It was pretty much A plus setup. The one good setup that I saw in the market today. So let me know if y'all were able to take this trade or not. But coming into the morning, it looks like when market opened, right here, we had started to displace lower. We're still holding this 1 hour fair value gap. We've kind of been chopping around on the higher time frames. I mean, look at the 4-hour chart the past couple days. But then if we go to the 1 hour, we had this 1 hour fair value gap that was holding, and then pre-market we started to displace down into it, it looked like we could have been potentially getting a market maker sell model here with this displacement, but I'd want to see this 1 hour fair value gap get ran through in order to get confirmation of lower prices that we were going to go seek out these lows. And in addition to that, pre-market we had opened up this 15-minute SIBI, so you could have been looking to go short here within this fair value gap, looking for the internal model here to play out. We eventually run through it, and then zooming into the 15-minute chart, to the 15-minute fair value gap. This was the 15-minute. It doesn't look like there was a trade present. There was no sort of displacement here. We never ran through any bullish imbalance. It looks like, there could have been a trade here if we had ran through this imbalance. But we ended up running through the 15-minute fair value gap. And so at this point, we are still holding the 1 hour fair value gap. And if you were going to be bearish here, you would have wanted to see this 15-minute hold for sure, but this gets ran through and then it breaks 15-minute structure to the upside, and it opens up this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here. So we're still holding this 1 hour. We now open up this 15-minute, and then keep in mind all the higher time frame structure so far has been bullish, right? We haven't broken below any significant swing low in a while. We're holding all these swing lows in the higher time frames. So price came back down. This is the trade. This is the valid trade that I saw. Price then comes back down and rebalances to this 15-minute fair value gap. The higher time frame draw is still higher. We still have these highs that have been untapped from rebalancing into the 1 hour fair value gap. So we could expect higher prices here. In addition to that, we also ran through this bearish 15-minute imbalance here. So price comes back down and rebalances. It's clear that the bias is bullish. And it looks like we formed an SMT with ES right here, a bullish SMT at this low here. SMT. Yeah, ES put in a lower low right here. NQ put in a higher low relative to this 15-minute fair value gap. So this would be our 15-minute buy side liquidity. We have the bullish SMT. We then get a change in the state of delivery right here. This is our CISD. And our inverse fair value gap would be right here. Boom. That's what I like to look for in these situations. And then you could go long. You would have had to either go long right when we closed above here, like this, or you could have had a limit order set on the inverse for fair value gap if you were waiting for that inverse. That's personally what I like to wait for. So boom. So you enter here. This was the trade. And it ended up playing out to this 15-minute buy side liquidity. I honestly would have expected it to get follow through to, because these are all generated highs, right? So would have expected that follow through, but we actually price consolidated and came back down, re-swept this low, and then has now taken off during the PM session. But this was the valid trade of the morning right here. Textbook stuff, honestly. 15-minute imbalance. The bias is higher on the higher time frames. SMT, CISD, inverse fair value gap. Yeah, man, this is why I have started to implement the inverse CISD SMT combination in my trading, because you can see here that there was no sort of internal high that was put in and closed above before pulling back, right? So there was no sort of swing high that was actually put in and broken, but we did have this manipulation, which gives me confidence to enter on a change in the state and an inverse fair value gap. So yeah, man, let me know if y'all were able to take this right here. This would have been a nice internal model, only a 1.5 RR, but sometimes you just got to be content with what the market gives you, and that's what it was offering here. And then would have wanted to enter on NQ because it had the bullish SMT. So now I'll just set us up for tomorrow. Now we have finally started to displace higher out of this range. Hopefully we can start to keep moving our way up and displacing higher. The next high time frame draw on liquidity for me would be this daily high and then this weekly high. These are the next two prominent highs. We are continuing to make our way up there. So I just kind of want to see some more displacement on the higher time frames, have some higher time frame fair value gaps open up within this range here, and then zoom into those and execute on the internal model with this daily high being our external draw on liquidity. So yeah, man, if we go to the weekly candle, we've already put in the weekly low, it looks like. We do have this daily fair value gap down here, but we can't be targeting this daily fair value gap until we have a significant low that is closed below. So let's say in this situation it would be this 1 hour low right here. Until we broke structure below this and ran through this imbalance, we could not target this daily fair value gap. So for the time being, we're still making our way up higher, pushing higher. So I definitely want to see that continuation throughout the rest of the week. Open up higher time frame imbalances to target higher. So I wrote here bullish until we close below a high time frame significant swing low. So that is my bias for the rest of the week. That's what I'm looking for. Pretty simple stuff. Hopefully the market gives us opportunity. I will be able to trade the rest of the week. I think we do have some high impact news pretty much every day this week, so watch out for that. We'll see how that affects the markets, but hopefully we can the market can bless us with some good opportunity to end the week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, man. So let me know if y'all were able to take that trade this morning, or if y'all were able to take a trade this morning. Yeah, man, that's gonna do it for this one. I appreciate you watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.